Today we're going to be talking about why I replaced my perfectly fine 65-inch TV that I bought several years ago with this brand new one by Hisense, and this is the U7SG. And I know what you're thinking, well, obviously this video is sponsored by Hisense, and technically you're right because they did send me this TV to test out. However, they did not pay for this video, and I'm allowed to be completely honest with my own experience after using this for several weeks now. Now, going back to my old TV, as I mentioned, it was perfectly fine. There was really nothing wrong with it. However, the reason I agreed to this video is because I did not realize the leap in technology when it comes to TVs made today compared to the ones made several years ago. Now, in this video, I'm going to try my best to explain the key differences and why you might want to upgrade your own TV. Okay, let's talk about the reasons why you typically upgrade your TV. Usually it's because of the size, the resolution, the color, or maybe it was just a great deal. But truthfully, we upgrade our TVs based on the technology. Now, if you're wondering, well, why would I replace my old 4K TV with a brand new one that's still 4K? I mean, 4K is 4K, right? Well, that is correct. But what we don't really think about is the technology behind that TV that goes beyond the resolution. The point I'm simply trying to make is that the most perceivable upgrade we can get from a TV would be the size and the resolution. But now 4K is still 4K, which means my old TV has the same exact number of pixels as the brand new one. That's why I think walking into a store can be confusing because everything's basically 4K, which means everything is sharp. So what's really changed is the light. More specifically, how much of it a TV can make, how precisely it can control it, and what it does with the light bouncing off your windows. Now, to give you an example, a typical TV has a colored panel in the front and a backlight in the back that shines light through the colored panel, and that's how we get the picture. Now, in conventional TVs, the light in the back or the backlight has big lights, and some of them cover mostly just the side or the middle, meaning if it turns on, it lights up pretty much the entire image or the entire area. This one by Hisense, the U7SG, is a mini LED TV, which means that it has tiny little LEDs in the back that make up the backlight of the TV. And that means that it has more control of which part of the TV that light emits from. So let's take HDR for example. Now HDR means high dynamic range. And what that means is the TV is able to project something really, really bright and also really, really dark at the same time. Now, if you were to use a conventional TV with a conventional backlight, you'll have bigger lights as the backlight. And thus, if you were to just show one bright thing in the middle of the TV, because the lights of the back of the TV are too big or more spread out, once it lights up, it essentially lights up the entire picture. And that's why in some older TVs, instead of deeper blacks, you'll get kind of like a muddy gray, and you don't get that same depth or that same dramatic effect between something really bright and something really dark. However, with mini LEDs, such as the U7SG by Hisense, it's able to control precisely which LEDs can light up. But small lights on their own don't do anything. What matters is whether the TV can control them independently. So if 1,000 tiny lights all turn on and off together, you've just built a big light out of small parts. The whole point is independent control, which are basically zones. The U7SG splits its backlight into thousands of zones it can dim and brighten separately, and it's making those decisions in real time, frame by frame, using its picture processor. Hisense calls that combination HiQ LED Mini LED Pro, with the HiView AI Engine Pro doing the analysis. Mini LED means that the lights behind the screen have gotten really, really small. So instead of having a few big lights, now you've got thousands of really tiny ones. And that's it. That's the main difference between a TV now and one from several years ago. It's not even the screen size, the resolution, or even the sharpness. It's how small a piece of the screen can the TV light up on its own. Everything that you hear about contrast, deeper blacks, or even HDR comes back to that one thing. Here's something that might actually also annoy you, and that is TVs from several years ago might say HDR on the packaging, which means high dynamic range, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the TV itself is actually HDR. And what I mean by that is some of the older TVs can accept HDR signal, but they cannot output actual HDR. That was the case for most TVs a few years ago, like somewhere in the 2018s or even 2019s. HDR compatible, but not HDR capable. Modern mini LED sets like this one can push far more brightness, and because of the zone control we just talked about, they can do it in one part of the frame without affecting the rest. So when you finally see HDR content on a TV that actually do HDR, it's not subtle. Now, aside from this TV being able to actually output HDR, one of the things that really changed the overall experience for me is how this panel actually reflects the light from its surroundings. As you can see in our loft, we have multiple windows, and watching TV here during the daytime with our old TV was basically a nightmare because even though we closed the blinds, there are some light that would seep through, and the reflections on the panel can be very distracting to the point that we would actually have to find different seating locations just so we can see what's actually being played on the TV. Now, matte screens have existed forever, but the problem is there is a bit of a compromise because not only does it scatter the reflections, but it also kind of scatters the picture. So most TVs just stayed glossy and you just kind of deal with the mirror effect. Thankfully now, you don't have to pick anymore because in the U7SG, it has anti-reflection and glare-free technology. They are actually two different things. Anti-reflection kills the mirror effect, so I'm not looking at myself. Glare-free softens harsh reflected light, so it's not stabbing me in the eye. Best of all, the picture is still sharp. So if you have windows in your TV room, this is the upgrade. Now let's talk about gaming, because if you're an avid gamer, then this segment is definitely for you. If not, the short answer is motion handling got a whole lot better with this TV compared to the ones from several years ago. So you can essentially skip this part, but no, don't do that. I'm actually just kidding. Several years ago, a mid-range TV was usually 60 Hz. It refreshed the image 60 times a second, and that was that. Now, if your gaming console sent frames at a different rate, the TV didn't care, and you'd get stutter or tearing. Three things have changed with TV technology since then. One, the panels got faster. The U7SG has a native 165 Hz panel, and Game Booster 330 can push it higher still, up to 330 Hz with variable refresh rate. Now, to be clear, my PS5 tops out at 120 Hz. It's not running at 165, and it's definitely not running at 330. What that means practically is that my console is getting 120 Hz with variable refresh rate, and the TV has headroom I can't even use yet, which is fine because to me, this is basically future-proofing your tech. 2, variable refresh rate. Basically, the TV syncs its refresh rate to whatever the game is putting out. Moment to moment, no tearing, no stutter. That needs HDMI 2.1, and this one has 4 of those ports. A lot of TVs back then didn't. 3, latency. Basically, the TV recognizes a game and drops into a low lag mode automatically. There's also a game bar which lets me pull up my frame rate, my variable refresh rate status, my HDR format, and adjust things without leaving the game. Now, being able to verify instead of assume is actually a nice feature. The bottom line is, if you're big into gaming, a TV from several years ago might be okay, but this one is better. So last piece of the picture, no pun intended, is probably the most important thing for me, and that is the color. Color got much better in an obvious way, which is that there's more of it. Wider range, more shades, better accuracy. The U7SG uses high Q LED color with Pantone validated color accuracy, which basically means an outside body has checked that the colors it shows are the colors that were actually there. But the more interesting change is about intent. You see, every TV out of the box is trying to impress you, which means saturation is up, sharpening is up, motion smoothing is probably the biggest offender, as a lot of the TVs a few years ago have this feature, or I would call a nuisance, on by default. It's why every movie looks like a soap opera. I want you to remember this the next time you're watching your favorite movie, that somebody sat in a dark room for weeks deciding exactly what that shot was supposed to look like, and your TV by default is overruling them. In the U7SG, there's a mode called Filmmaker Mode, and it exists to turn all of that off. It shows you the image the way it was graded, the way the director actually signed off on it. Dolby Vision IQ and HDR10 Plus do something related, adjusting the picture based on how bright your room is. So a dark scene stays readable at noon without you cranking everything. And when I'm gaming, I want it bright so I can set the picture mode to gaming HDR, which is so satisfying to use even in the middle of the day. The point isn't that there's one perfect mode. It's that a good TV gives you the best mode when you want it. So I'm going to show you something that might be familiar to you and something that I'm actually surprised that I don't use with this TV, and that is a soundbar. Now, for TVs several years ago, the panels were so thin that the speakers really weren't great. So it was very typical for someone to buy a flat screen TV and get one of these just so they could hear the sound. I'm happy to say that for the Hisense U7SG, the sound coming out of this TV is actually quite impressive. The U7SG has a 2.1.2 multi-channel surround system built in. The 2 is the left and the right, the 1 is the bass, the extra 2 fire upward, bouncing sound off the ceiling so it feels like it's coming from around you rather than at you. Is it a real surround system? No. A dedicated setup will always win, but it's the first TV I've had where I'm actually okay not having to use a soundbar. Okay, so this next part is equally frustrating and also funny because back in the day, the brain of your TV was basically just a budget part, meaning they wanted to cram in as many features as they possibly can in your TV. However, all that did was just made things a lot slower, and correct me if I'm wrong, but some of your apps from your old TVs probably don't even work anymore. Fortunately, this U7SG runs Google TV on a modern processor, so when I press a button, something happens. Having this integrated into the TV means that no additional hardware is required for you to enjoy your favorite shows right out of the box. And so we finally come to this. The reasons why I decided to get rid of our 7-year-old TV, despite the fact that it was actually perfectly fine. With the Hisense U7SG, I'm able to watch TV in the middle of the day, despite the fact that we have many windows in our loft, because the anti-glare and anti-reflection panel actually does a really good job at making sure that I can still view the content that's being shown on the TV. Second, having variable refresh rate is actually a huge plus for me when I'm gaming. Third, the built-in speakers on this TV is actually really impressive, so much so that I don't need to install any additional hardware or even a soundbar to enjoy any sort of content. And last but not the least is for me to be able to actually enjoy true HDR content with amazing picture quality on this new Hisense TV that my old TV simply cannot match. To summarize things, the Hisense U7SG is a perfect example to show how far TV technology has gotten over the last several years. And this has been a meaningful upgrade for me and my family. And here's a true story. When I installed this new TV, my kids came up here and they started watching TV and they're like kind of blown away with the quality. And they started to ask what happened to our old TV. They've never asked anything about the TV ever before, and I think that just perfectly summarizes our experience here. So thank you to Hisense for sending over this TV for me to test out. If you want to learn more about it, click the link down below in the description box. A like and subscribe would be much appreciated, and I'll see you guys again on the next video.